Hey y'all. Fellas, how y'all doing out there? Ladies, y'all alright. In the words of the great philosopher Jill Scott. Listen, these damn moon cycles, or let me just say, the super full moon in Cancer wore me out. Um, the fact that there's a stellium in Capricorn has been wearing me out. I got two Capricorn placements, one of them being my rising sign. So that's like how I show up in the world. And then Neptune and I think Saturn are in Aries. And I also have an Aries stellium with my Mercury being in Aries, and also my sun sign. So yeah, the more I tap into what's going on celestially, if you have ever doubted that as above, so below, I am a living witness. I will testify, my God, today. It's not a game. And I am holding on by my baby hairs. Because, god damn. But thank y'all for joining me for this divine feminine energy reading for the month of January 2026. Um, I had a friend of mine, I was talking to her the other day, and she was like, man, I was watching one of your readings from 4 years ago. And she was like, it was so timely. She was like, also complimenting me on like my growth and embodiment of what it is that I talk about. So I took it to mean like she sees that I practice what I preach, and that I embody that. But also, she was just confirming just how timeless the messages are. Like, you can go back and watch a reading that I did from 3 or 4 years ago, and it be spot on for what you're experiencing currently. Um, so the way I see it is, if the art in the thumbnail or the title speaks to you, then press that button because there's something in there for you. But this particular message, what I've been downloading is the importance of reminding the divine feminine collective that we were always told that the weapon would be formed. But the promise was that it won't prosper, and that promise will not be broken. So, as you elevate, as you evolve, as you set stronger boundaries, as you embody um, that which the wisdom and knowledge that you've learned over time, um, standing your ground and protecting your energy, the weapons are going to form and opposing energies will come against you. For many of you, you protect your energy so well that it won't be in your face in terms of other people, but they'll send negative thoughts and wishes your way. They'll talk behind your back, they'll create narratives about you that are not true. And when it comes to enemies and opposition and all of that, like, it comes with the territory, but opposition is not always other people. So, as a divine feminine, if you're like me, I value shadow work. And when I get in that mode, I go deep. I think that's that Scorpio stellium in me because I do have 5 Scorpio placements. So I will go deep with the shadow work. I'm not one of those people who past fucked up ways and know that I got fucked up ways, don't care that I got fucked up ways, and don't care to heal or get to the bottom of where the fucked up ways originated from, so that I can not only show up better, but also use that side of me, that awareness of that being a part of who I am, for my good. Because you can definitely integrate your shadow into your light and use it purposefully. You can alchemize your shadows. They come to serve you. God didn't make no mistakes on you. Even that part of you that you might consider and others might consider fucked up. But if it's low vibrational, if it's toxic, you want to alchemize it and use it for your highest good. And that's really reminding me of this card in the energy oracle deck, the Magician in the Mirror. So we all have the capacity to be magicians, and in this universal 1 year, we are very much to tap into our magician energy as conscious creators who have access to all of God's resources on earth and beyond. As above, so below. Internally and externally, we have resources available to us to manifest and co-create that which we desire. But it often requires looking at the man or the woman in the mirror to assess where you are on your journey, what your motive is for that which you want to desire, you want and desire to manifest, how you are in alignment with manifesting that thing, or how you may be misaligned. For instance, I've been having some revelations about abundance, financial security, stability, and what it looks like for me to align with it and where I might not be in alignment with it. And having that awareness helps me to become more aware of what I need to do to get in alignment. So I don't mind knowing the real, getting to the bottom of it. And it's deep. Oftentimes it's ancestral. Oftentimes it's tied to your experience, your childhood experience. Oftentimes it's from lifetimes ago. It's in your DNA. And so that is why it's important that we do the energy work, the Reiki and the meditation and the working with the crystals and the prayer and the watching and being good stewards of our energy and who and what we allow in our energy, and not expecting perfection, but definitely intention. Intention is important. So, for some of you, an assessment of what it is that you desire to manifest is in relevance to love. Are you in alignment with the love relationship that you desire to manifest? What you are looking for in a partner, what you seek to attract in a partner, do you embody that? Are you saying that you want a certain quality of intimacy and relationship and dedication and commitment, and entertaining the exact opposite? Have you created the space to have that kind of relationship? For some of us, we want elevation and ascension on our spiritual journey, but then we don't want to give up certain aspects of our life in order to get there, and create the space to expand spiritually. So there's lots to be considered as master manifestors, as magicians, and we'll be circling back to this theme quite a bit this year because it's a universal 1 year. And many of us are going through initiations. If you have not checked out the video that I put on my Patreon, I think there's a free video on there talking about the numerology of this universal year 1 and how many of us are being initiated. And so you may want to go over there and check that out. Again, it's free. I do have some content over there that is exclusive and in the Lightworkers Lounge, where you'll have access to a myriad of different exclusive content for $10 a month. Well worth the investment. But yeah, this one energy, I keep telling y'all, ain't no hope. And I just found out through my journey of self-discovery and shadow work and tapping into astrology that because I was born on an equinox day, on the spring equinox, the year I was born, the earth was at a 0 axis. And I was also born at 0 degrees Aries. So I experience things like the cosmic energies and stuff a little bit earlier than the rest of the collective. I've always thought that, but my research confirmed it for me, and it makes sense being a life path one, meant to be a leader, that I would have the experience. Just saw 11:11, that I would have the experience so that I can describe it and warn everybody else, the rest of the clique, the rest of the tribe. Y'all, I can come down here and tell y'all, this new moon ain't gonna be no hope. You know what I'm saying? Because what I've been going through is the direct result in direct correlation with that energy, and this is what it felt like for me, you know. So that was definitely the case for that full moon, super full moon in Cancer. I felt that intense energy prior to the day of. I am going to post a new moon in Capricorn reading for the collective over on Patreon as well. It will be one of the exclusive um, content videos, so you will want to get your membership in order to access that information about the key themes and crystal prescription for this new moon in Capricorn. Because what I am finding is that super full moon brought up what we need to release and brought us face to face with the real, right? But the new moon in Capricorn is bringing us the assistance to manifest and ground that which the full moon brought up for us, the super moon brought up for us. And it's a lot of inner child healing, a lot of messages and lessons coming up around safety, especially emotional safety, financial safety and security, mental safety. A lot of us are needing to tighten up as it relates to our mental health and how we protect our mental health with not entertaining chaotic shit or confusion. If you have not checked out the story time that I did about standing under the umbrella of confusion, if that resonates for you, you may want to check that one out as well. But yeah, y'all, like, it's time to get clear. It's time to get stable and rooted and grounded. And those things that we've been reluctant to make a move on, like, the calling is only getting louder. And as divine feminines, it may feel like different things and different people are coming against you, but the weapon was promised, declared that the weapon would form, but also promised and declared that it would not prosper. You are so protected. You are so guided. You are so guarded by your ancestors and your team alike. And because you are so aligned with your purpose, they're not allowing anything to derail that, even that within you that may derail the purpose. One thing I love about working with the energy of Oshun, Mama does not let me sleep on myself. She does not let me settle for less. Now, she might give me, as they say, enough rope to hang myself. But before I can get to that point of destruction, that point of hanging myself. She coming to me in a meditation or a dream or a sign or a synchronicity or something to let me know, baby, reel it in. Okay? Get it together. This is not a good look for you. You deserve better. And so I love that. If you resonate with the energy of Oshun, it is such a sweet love that she brings. It's such healing of lack consciousness and just not operating in your worth. Oshun also has a dark side, that vulture. You know, she's represented by the peacock. Peacock being confident and bold and colorful and pretty and all of the things. But that shadow side of Oshun is the vulture. And the vulture feeds off of the dead. And that's alchemy. Turning a fucked up situation into nurturance and nourishment and sustenance, and acknowledging that something got to die in order for me to eat. In order for me to live, something got to end. It's either you or it's me. And so vultures tend to come through when the damage has already been done and find sustenance and nourishment in that ending, that death that's been left behind, the carcass, the flesh. So that's something to be mindful of as we're integrating our light and our dark on our journey. I am gonna pull some cards. I'm hopefully gonna be able to pull them without my iPad falling. Just to get some advice for spirit on how we should be navigating the journey at this point. By at this point, I mean where you are on the journey at the time that you are watching this video. Oh, shit. Okay. I thought more cards fell out than they did. So these cards fell out face down. So that's something you may not be aware of, or that may be in your blind spot, or it hasn't been physically revealed to you. But we got community, sacral chakra, Archangel Ariel, and anxiety. So whatever it is that you've been experiencing, it's bringing some anxiety about your closeness and the level of intimacy that you show in community with others. Because for many of us, we have been vulnerable. We have allowed ourselves to show up authentically and with open arms, and been welcoming to other people, and trying to cultivate and build community over time. And we've been burnt. We've been betrayed. We've been hurt. We've been disappointed. And for many of you, you are being introduced to new relationships, new communities, where sometimes that past disappointment is triggered within you. But you're needing to, this message is serving, do notice that those are just your triggers. It's not something that's actually existent. It's your monsters under the bed, and the weapon is your shadows. It's illusion. It's fear. It's not real. The experience that you had in the past is real, but right now you have community and closeness and intimacy, and it's safe for you to be that way. But there's anxiety there because of past experiences, not the current experience. Sometimes things will happen that trigger that, but that's where the self-awareness comes in. That's where the shadow work um, comes in, and pulling out the tools from your toolbox to self-assess, so that you can have good quality relationships. So that really speaks to where I was saying how sometimes the weapon is not another person. The weapon is within you. It's that low vibrational part of you that seeks to sabotage a better reality for you. So keep that in mind. At the top of the deck, you have the thinking man, represented by the number 46, which breaks down to a 10. So tens are like endings and beginnings. Ending a cycle. Tens represent cycles coming to completion, but also starting something new. So this could involve a masculine energy, or it involves your masculine energy where you've been in your head, you're strategizing, you're being strategic about something. And if you're in that energy of being skeptical, cynical, jaded about being in community and in intimacy, this is encouragement to get out of your head and shine. Shine in the truth of what is, have fun, be playful, come from a place of innocence, and be open to trying new things. In this card, the sun card, this woman is sitting on top of what looks like a cup, and there's a speaker, a book, a paintbrush, some lotuses, and a baby that's giving birth to new things, but being able to give birth to them in truth and light. So instead of being in the anxiety of focusing on the past, this advice is to get out of your head and stand in the truth of what is and enjoy it. Don't let the moment pass you by. Don't sabotage the connections and the opportunities that you have, because oftentimes the weapon that's forming against you is the mind. Man, me and my friend was just talking about this the other day. How your mind can sabotage things if you don't have it in its proper perspective, and like what purpose the mind serves on your journey. But I hope this message found y'all well. If it did not find you well, I hope that it leaves you well. One thing I want to say before we go that's coming to mind that I'm channeling is that for some of you, especially if you're on the twin flame journey, this message is speaking to being in community, having intimacy in some way, be it sexually or otherwise, because the sacral chakra does govern our passions, but having some anxiety about that. And with the thinking man, and this being a divine feminine energy reading, there may be a masculine who's clear about what he wants in community with you, but it does give him some angst. Something about it gives him anxiety. But this is him shifting out of that, out of his head, getting clear about what he wants, and being clear about the anxiety and doing it anyway. Again, if the anxiety and the being in somebody's head is the weapon, it has formed, it will form, but it will not prosper. So I hope the message found y'all well. If it did not find you well, I hope that it leaves you well. And until next time, y'all, you can catch me over on Patreon. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can email me at turquoisemagic@gmail.com, or book via my Etsy store for online reading. In person is better for use the email if you want an in-person reading. But yeah, until next time, y'all, peace.